Jesus Christ, all of our needs are met, even before we ask. He knows our needs and He provides for us. But because people don't trust God, they don't seek Him for their provision runs dry, and then they run to the government. They ultimately will run to Satan. They'll run to the Antichrist to save them. Remember in the days of Jacob, he had 12 sons, and when there was a famine in the land, those sons went to Egypt. They went to Egypt because Egypt at that time was like God. They were the only place in the whole known world to them that had provision, that had food. If it wasn't for the fact that God Himself had placed one of Jacob's sons in Egypt, that is, Joseph, and had allowed him to be in a high place of government, then things would have been very different. Maybe Egypt would have forced them to bow before their gods. Maybe they would have had to take the mark of the beast. But because God allowed Joseph to be there, He provided for Jacob. And it was such a blessing. But this time around, there will be no Joseph in Egypt. And spiritually, Egypt will demand your soul in exchange for what you need to survive, what you need to live. It's not that there's going to be a knife to your throat. People aren't going to serve the Antichrist because they're forced literally by a gun to their head or a knife to their throat. But they will feel like they're going to die if they don't bow down to Satan, because Satan will appear to be the only one that will provide for them and their family. But there is a true solution if you don't want to bow down to Satan. We have a good shepherd. Jesus Christ is truly alive and He loves you. And all you have to do if you want to be provided for is put your faith and all of your trust in Him, and He will carry you through. But only those who have not taken the mark will inherit everlasting life. All the others that do not receive Jesus will receive the mark of the beast. They will receive that mark, and they will be taken to hell because of it. Will your provision be in Jesus? Will you trust Him, and will you obey Him? Or will you run to spiritual Egypt for your provision? Will you run to the Antichrist? And will you receive that mark of the beast because you don't know the one true God that can really help you? Do you trust Jesus, or do you trust Satan?